Hello Aries, and welcome to your October 2021 general reading. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising for a more well-rounded perspective of this month's reading. And if you'd like to have something that's a bit more personal to you and your situation, check out the link box below for links to my website and Etsy shop. All right, let's go ahead and begin. We're starting out the month of October with Temperance, an alchemic balance of sorts. This is different than the balance that you see usually represented in the Libra card or the Justice card, in that it's equal balance. This is more of a symbiotic balance. So knowing how to mix the right ingredients in the right amount to get the most delicious ending or the most delicious results. So a good example of this would be, the first thing that comes to mind is if you're making pancakes or waffles, you wouldn't think that you would add salt to these particular recipes because they're not something you would think of as salty, but the salt brings out the flavor of the other ingredients. That's why it is crucial in the recipe. So it's that sort of balance that I'm seeing. We're entering into the month of October, something that is alchemic and symbiotic, things that don't seemingly go together, but when you bring it together, the relationship and the connections between them all just have offers so that there is a better end result. So there is something that you have either been facing through the course of up to or at the ending of the month of September, that some of the ingredients just don't seem like they would be a good mix, but you followed your intuition and adding them in your process, be it daily or just one time, doesn't matter, however that applies. But there's something that you have just felt guided or inclined. You got a recipe from divine intervention, whatever the case may be. It didn't look like it should fit, but you did follow through with this, or you were on the cusp of following through with this, even though you don't understand it. But this particular card is letting you know that this is all coming together for a good reason. It is all coming together for the right means, so to speak. So there's a point and a purpose, and there's going to be a good end result towards the end of it. No matter how much, when you look at it in pieces, it does not look like it should go together. It actually does, and excuse the glare, I tried to fix it, but apparently that is what it is. All right, moving on. So this is the energy that I feel is happening towards the close of September as you move into the month of October. This is leading into Three of Swords. So some hard truths are going to come as a result of it, some realizations, some connections that are not and I'm getting right away that this is one of the reasons why there was a resistance. I feel like when you had got sight or you understood some of the ingredients, you understood the path that this was going to lead. The breakup comes to mind that was going to be the result of it, the fallout that was going to be the result of it. And that was one of the reasons why you were hesitant. It wasn't just the fact that it didn't seem symbiotic. There's also the fact that you had an inclination that when you mixed these ingredients, when you did these things that you felt guided and you were feeling inclined by your intuition to follow through with, you felt like you understood the reaction that was going to happen when this mixture came together, and it's not something you really wanted to embrace. There's a bit of an avoidance energy that comes with that, but essentially for a good lot of you, it feels like the intuition is going to follow through or be the winner in this sort of internal battle that you'll be facing, just because of there's just some things that you know that needs to change, and you just know that this is the direction, no matter how less than desirable the process may be. So as you move through the month of October, this feels very heavy. Middle October, there's some things that you're going to have to face, harsh, hard realities that you're going to come up to. All of the things that you have been working on, building up to, it's going to kind of culminate into this one hard truth that's going to make you face a reality that you were really hoping that it would never come to this. I'm not sure if it's an avoidance or if you're just hoping that things would eventually close out on its own, of its own accord, in a different way. I'm not saying that there's going to be a huge reactionary event or experience as much as you're just going to recognize it. How that unfolds for each of you in this general reading is dependent on the variables in your life, but there's definitely facing of this truth in some facets in the middle of October. You're really going to come face to face with it. And I do get an overall sense that there is an embracing that's going to happen. So despite how you may feel about it, ultimately you're going to accept the hard truth of it, or you're going to accept the processing of accepting the hard truth of it. But definitely some truths that are going to come up as you move towards the middle of October, and however that unfolds for you just depends on you and the variables in your life. As we go towards the end of October, we're getting some heavy Six of Coin energy. So an overall give and take, completion, that word symbiotic is coming back up again. So that the ends, the fruits that you were looking for, and even though you didn't understand the ingredients and how they were symbiotic, towards the end of October, the understanding is going to finally come way. You're going to see the give and take of all of those ingredients, of all the parts that had a part to play in the events and the unfolding of the events and the direction that was going, the trajectory that it's going, and therefore the trajectory that you can go in, which I feel is the ultimate goal, a desire to go in a certain direction and hopefully have overall life-changing benefits as a result of that. So that's what I'm getting as you move to and enter into the end of the month of October. Finally, we have Trick or Treat, Mischief in Play, and I feel like this card is coming in really hard with that idea that you should be taking advantage of those moments of fun and play. Relieve yourself of some of the heaviness that this overall energy may have with it. Remember what it's like to experience just, those bouts of joy, those bouts of play, those bouts of having a little fun, whatever the case may be, however that may be for you. But overall, there's definitely an overall sense of a message to remember to have fun, play a little bit as you move through the month. Remember how to be lighthearted. Remember how to cause lightheartedness, to be the initiative of the lightheartedness, both for yourself and those who are around you, especially when the process feels heavy. This is when it's even more important for you to have a little fun, play a little bit, find joy in your life, find joy in your spirituality, find joy in your connections, and however that applies to you, those around you, and the relationships and connections that you have. But ultimately, throughout the entire month of October, I am getting a sense that you need to remember how to have fun and enjoy your life. All right, that is all I have for you for this month, Aries. Hopefully it is a good one for you. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising. And as I already stated, if you would like something that's a bit more personal to you and your situation, be sure to check out the link box below for the link to my website and or Etsy shop. All right, have a good month, and we'll see you in the next video.